Here we are again.
Here we are. We made it.
We've made it to the end.
We made it to the end of season 2.
Yeah, I got, I don't know, a couple 6 weeks off-ish. I mean,
Something like
you and
that,
I
yeah.
won't, but we'll take about 6 weeks off and come back pretty hot and heavy with some bangers. I've been talking to a couple people I'm excited for, potentially big name for a season opener, so I actually haven't even shared that with you yet.
No.
So,
I'm in the dark. That's a surprise.
yeah, so
Interesting.
yeah, looking forward to that. And surprise, surprise, we have Shaun Hauter on as our season finale. We've been keeping it as a secret, so it's been kind of fun to leave subtle hints and tease a little bit. But how are you doing?
I appreciate you having me on. That's
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. It's going to be a good episode. I think I am starting to agree with Donnie. Looking at the questions here, I think we might hit the longest episode we've ever recorded tonight.
We might. I know.
So,
I do like to talk sometimes.
I know.
that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
I anticipated Shaun being a talker tonight.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I've been excited for it. I have fun. I've done it with both the other guys at least once.
Yeah.
It's just a good time sitting and talking with other guys that love talking pyro.
We'll pull all the controversial stuff out tonight and ask Shaun all the controversial stuff. Right? That's what we're gonna do.
The good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Good stuff.
There's no controversy ever.
Well, we're coming up on Christmas now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just had Thanksgiving.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving, Shaun?
What was that?
How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, I spend my Thanksgiving shooting a show every year, so
Okay.
our family get-togethers, we had it Saturday afterwards, so
Oh, okay.
sore as heck from climbing up and down stairs on a roof cooking a turkey this year. But it was good. It was
Why not?
the show went well. They loved it as usual, and
Good.
we came home and had a whole bunch of people here the next day on 2 days later on Saturday. So it was a good time. It was fun. I cooked
That's
a
awesome.
bird.
One
Awesome.
of these years, I need to make it down for that show because really it's not that far from me. You're probably
No,
like
yeah, you ought
40,
to.
you're literally like 40 minutes from me probably. But there's
Really?
some later.
Right? Yeah, it's not far at all, and it's fun. It's just bitter cold this year. It was a cold one.
It was cold. It was a cold weekend. Yeah.
It's no fun. Sometimes we've had it worse than that, but usually it's not that bad.
I think
A lot of years
the
we luck out and
show
it's still tolerable.
the show I'm doing this weekend is going to be 19 degrees for a high.
Yeah, we were in. It said 28, feels like 23. The wind was blowing solid on the roof. I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was unbearable in the wind. It was bad.
It's funny how like the top of like a car garage or a building, it always likes to swirl around,
Oh, yeah.
so you can't like
Yep.
get into a corner and duck down and
Yeah, well,
Get away
luckily
from
enough, this one has a kind of a room. Well, it's got an elevator room on the top of the building. That's
Yeah.
where all the elevator controls are, and that's how we're able to get in there and work out of the elements for some of it, and
Yeah.
then some of it you have to be standing out in the elements, but at least it blocks the wind in that spot. But there's plenty of spots where you're screwed. Wind's coming.
yeah.
Winter is coming, right?
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
I think I was just seeing. I'm looking forward to ice fishing, so I was looking up some different lakes and
Yeah.
some lakes up in Minnesota near the Canada border, the Canadian border. They're seeing upwards of like 11 to 13 inches of ice already.
Yeah, I got a buddy
So-
in Illinois that goes up there to northern Minnesota and ice fishes. He rents one of them little hut houses.
Yeah. They just
He's
pull
in
out
there.
RVs, drop it, and yeah, I was just talking to my dad about that tonight. So
Drive right out on the lake, right to it. It's crazy.
yeah,
It'd be an experience for sure.
it would.
But it's
All right,
cold.
I'm gonna hit this
It's-
intro, and
What?
it is cold. Yeah, let's get this thing rolling.
Let's warm it up. It's too cold.
Too cold.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Tune in weekly as Donnie and David discuss all things pyro, from the business aspect of the industry to technical tips and mesmerizing pyro designs. On Pyro Unleashed, we invite cutting-edge experts to the podcast to discuss their role in making this industry a success. So, sit back and unleash your inner pyro with us.
All right, there it is.
Official.
Last time we have to see that one.
Yeah, you got a new,
Gonna
new reel
roll
for
out a
next
new
year.
new version for next season.
Well, only it says season 2, so we
It
either
does,
change just
yeah.
to season 3 and let her keep going, or
We'll mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
who knows? Yeah,
Abs-
quick recap from last week. I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but like, I learned a lot, and
I learned a lot from Patrick too. Yeah,
it was
crazy.
super emotional.
Yeah.
So I am.
It was really cool to see how, you know, his mind and how he scripts, right, and puts the emotion and, you know, and his past life experience into his shows, and that was really crazy talking about that. You know, the Illumination show where it was really like the dark time of his life, and that's what he kind of got through that, and so yeah, it was really cool. And obviously then the after show was even cooler, but no bio.
It's safe with us.
Yeah. I really
100%.
about.
Yeah.
I just know that they'll never. So
Yeah. Well, when Disney listens to that or this one, wink, wink. Let's chat.
Let's chat.
Let's chat.
Our people will call your people.
Our people will call your people.
Oh, that's fun.
So this week we got Shaun Hauter.
We do have Shaun.
Shaun is a
Looking forward to this one.
man of all different trades and shows and stuff and everything. Man, you're all over the place.
All over the place. I have been all over the place the last couple of years. Yeah, main reason for the was trying to make the Sky Wars gig happen. So I wasn't planning on doing quite so much crazy stuff next year, but Winter Blast kind of changed that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that for sure here in a bit.
Absolutely.
But I guess let's just start out. Who is Shaun Hauter? And I guess let's start with who, because I feel like that's a pretty loaded question too.
Who? I'm just me. I'm just a guy that likes fireworks. How did I get to what I am right now?
Let's start there.
Yeah.
More like what you mean. The story started in 2009 where I started at AM Pyrotechnics.
Okay.
I just showed up. I'd never seen a professional grade firework. Now, of course, like many of us, I was like a backyard enthusiast, but not like a super hardcore one. My dad was one, though. My dad, he had the fireworks show every year, in my late 20s, mid 20s, because that's when I was 27, I think, when I showed up at AM Pyro. So those few years in the early 20s, he had a show at his house. We shot it, every year in a backyard in a neighborhood where you shouldn't be shooting a giant show.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Of course, like shooting overloads and salutes and everything else that everyone does that you shouldn't do. Out of milk crate racks, of course.
Yeah.
All that jazz. But I never really was that interested in the fireworks thing. And then one of my friends went to this course at AM Pyro, and I was like, well, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, I like fireworks. Maybe I should go check this thing out. And I went to the class in April and 2009, and by June 5th, 2009, I had my shooter license, hazmat CDL, and was handed a first show to go do on my own. 2 months flat.
Wow.
You can't do that these days with the...
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's impossible, but back then it was a little faster, but it still wasn't easy by no stretch. But to go from nothing to 2 months, handed your first display, that's pretty quick. And it just went out from there. I had so much interest in it and loved to do it. Picked up and learned everything right away, and continue to learn to this day. But learned everything, the ropes, real fast, and just started, right off the bat. I was like my first 4th of July show with the next month was a 10K. And that's pretty big. Normally someone that's never touched a 1.3 firework in their life isn't getting a 10K show 2 months deep in their fireworks.
Right.
But I did, so it was just, like I said, natural to me. I really loved it, so I was able to put a crew together and do that, and it's, like I said, just kind of gone uphill ever since then. So that's, gotten me into retail sales and the wholesale thing and all that stuff as well. Just over the course of doing it for so many years, that's kind of what blossomed out of it was the retail and the Hauter name and brand. Because, you're shooting fireworks shows all the time, and all your friends say, well, give me some fireworks. And you're like, well, I can't. I'm shooting 1.3 shows. I can't. So I decided, I got tired of people asking. I'm going to open a retail business and have an outlet for all my friends that want to say, get me something. Now I've got somewhere for them to get some legal fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You touched briefly on...
I love it.
Yeah, you touched briefly on your time with AM Pyro. Do you still work for AM Pyro?
Yeah, everything I shoot display-wise is through them no matter what. So I'm not a display company. I provide fire. I have fireworks I import or buy, and I sell those to them to do shows. So if I get my own sale, my own show. It's all through them. They buy the fireworks from me. They get the permit and all that. I just get a bigger paycheck than I would if it was one of their shows. Well, if I'm shooting their displays, it's just like normal anyone else, 10, 12%, whatever the going rate is to shoot the display. So, and I still do, yes, several shows a year for him, and it's pretty much 10 or 15, 20 shows there that are 1, 3 or mixed a year. A lot right through June and July, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Every weekend, of course.
Yeah.
Even through August most times, and then PGI. So.
Yeah. No rest for the weary or wicked, right?
Right. Well, I mean, just this November, last month, I did 6 displays.
Wow.
In November.
Yeah.
2 in one night.
Oh, dude.
I know. I double booked, and it happened to where one display was at dark, and the other one wasn't going to be till like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So as early as it gets dark, I put someone over there at the second shoot site, went over, did the first one, knocked it out, cleaned it up, went over there, finished up, done, got the computer out, because that one was a little 1.5-minute Pyro musical. So I came back and fired that one. I was still waiting 2 to 3 hours by the time I got back over there before it was actually time to go. But, yeah,
wow.
One night in last month, and 6 total in last month.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Really is. It's like,
yeah.
It's the biggest November I've ever had. But again, I love it. It's hard to turn down shooting a show.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so let's touch a little bit on. I know you touched a little bit on starting your own business, but I mean, were there any pretty big, hoops you had to jump through to do that, or?
Not really. It's pretty simple in Missouri to run a retail stand.
Yeah.
You just formed an LLC and you buy insurance through the distributors and stuff, or now, with your own, as you get bigger, you get your own insurance and all that.
Right.
So it's really not hard. It's just pretty simple paperwork. And I personally own all my tents. We learned up front that renting was kind of a pain in the ass and expensive.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You can find the tents or just go ahead and spend the money and buy them. You don't have that cost anymore. A couple of years they're paid off, and you run and control all that, which can be a real hassle with rental companies. So, yeah, I went that route, and I don't regret it at all.
No, I'm sure not. Yeah.
How many tents do you operate each year?
We run 3. I've tried to expand to 4 or 5. I've tried a couple of different spots, and just throwing it at the wall and nothing sticking in them other spots. We've been trying to catch another good one, but we got 3 that are okay, pretty decent spots. So 1 in Springfield, 1 in Rogersville, and 1 here in Niangua, where I live, which is a town of 700 people. But the tent there does astronomical numbers for a town of 400.
Yeah.
People around here like to blow fireworks up.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
When you're in a small town out in the country, I mean, they don't have a lot of options, right? A lot of times, and so you get a lot of that business from your local people and the people in the surrounding areas.
Well, just down the road is Marshfield, and it's less than 10-minute drive, but there's like 8 tents within a mile of each other in Marshfield. 8.
Crazy.
Wow.
But they don't have to drive to Marshfield. They're stopping.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that, I know as part of the own business, you have your own line of fireworks.
Yep, I do. Right. I have the Hauter line where you have 12 items total, 6 500s, 5 200s, and canister shells. I'm sorry, we had 5 and 6. 5 and 4. Anyway, yes, they did really well. The performance was great. Everyone's loved it.
Yeah.
I'm almost out, and I'm switching factories, so hopefully to see that again in the spring. It might be fall or next spring of next year before it comes back, but I still have some left. So.
Yeah, very good.
So what was that process of going through that, of getting those created and getting those shipped in? Like how was that process for you to do all that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big process. A lot of dealing with the factory reps, because I'm not rich. I can't afford a trip to China yet, so you're just dealing with them, on the internet, on Facebook, or in emails or whatever. That's how they operate with us these days.
WeChat.
But it was a long process. I had a professional guy do all the artwork and designs and logos and artwork for every item, and you guys know how that is. Or you might more so than you. There's a lot. The templates are a lot, and it's not cheap. And we went through that whole process. It's a big process, but it wasn't really that bad. I didn't hate it. of course really loved doing it because I'm making my own line of fireworks, so
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I guess to someone it might be a lot of headache work, but I really just thought it was cool. I'm like, this is pretty neat. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun to be behind the design process of fireworks. Both consumer and pro line. Knowing that as a designer, I can kind of put my flair, my touch onto something, and as a designer, I kind of know what I like to use and sometimes what others like to use. So being able to watch other people put something you designed into their show, it's a great honor. So I know exactly where you're coming from.
People that are like, I need that cake, I need that gold you got, and I like this one, and I'm like, yeah, I love hearing that you need that in your show, because I love it. That was what it was for. It was designed for people to want to put in their show.
Yeah.
Even though it's not pro line, it's consumer. It can still sell in the tents, and they're great items. All of them.
Right.
Fantastic. I mean, nothing was bad at all.
I agree.
When you were going through that process of creating those, did you kind of keep that in mind that you wanted people to use them in shows, and so you kind of designed them in a way so that to make them easier for people to use in shows?
Oh yeah, exactly. That's how the whole line was designed. I got to turn you up just a little bit here. Sorry, I can barely.
No, you're good.
They're good.
Yeah, but definitely, I mean, that was the whole goal. It was, that's the target, is the hobbyist that wants to buy pallets worth of fireworks for their shows, their backyard shows. The people that are designing displays, whether it's a small one-position musical or a guy like Ellery that wants to use the whole shoot site at PGI for an unlimited. and it was for anybody that has a good eye for fireworks and knows how to use them in designing. That was the whole point. And the fact that they're also retailable, and when you buy them off a tent, they're still awesome. It's not like just like this is something for a show. We wouldn't want this. No, they're still a great effects. No one, they love them, even in the tent. So it was a great idea, in my opinion, to keep it from Pro Line, which made it more expensive first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loved it. No one's really complained and said, I wish it was, Pro Line. They just buy it and love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know you just mentioned Ellery, so I don't mean to pull the topic off of you, but I did see that on Pyro Scripters, he essentially did a big call out for PGI, and I know we'll get to PGI shows that you've done, but he did a huge call out for people to do the competitions. So
nice.
I know that you're on there. You've done several of them. You've won several of them. So I know you can back that statement of Ellery saying, like, let's get more people into it.
Yeah,
let's do this more. Because
I mean, I've been doing it, like you said, a lot lately. And I shouldn't be the only one. Everyone should be wanting to do it.
Right. I mean, you put into it, man. That's fun.
Yeah, everybody go do it. I agree, 100%.
It's a good site this year. Have you seen the new site?
I haven't looked into it, but I've heard it's good.
It's really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of room. I think
that's awesome.
600 feet.
Nice.
Or 700. You can go like all the way out again. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really nice.
I mean, it's getting hard to win those competitions. I mean, you see Travis Kramer's last year small. That was insane.
Man. Yeah.
Like, if I had to put a display up against it, he would have beat me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, it's crazy.
That means people have seen the displays that go on there, and they push forward to be better. And
yes, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Win or lose, all these competitions, it's fun because it pushes the envelope, and it makes people go, wow, can I do that?
Yeah.
So that's why I do them. It's really cool. I think it's really just fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
So I guess you can kind of stay on the PGI kind of thought process
for
here. And,
sure.
And talk about so when did you first get involved into doing these competition shows at PGI, and really what made you kind of want to do that?
Okay, so it was definitely, like I said, the initial rejection at Sky Wars.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, I need to go out and do some shows and get some good videos. And PGI is one place I can do that. It didn't necessarily have to all be PGI, but then I got to PGI and I won one or two, and I'm like, I want to win all of them at PGI. So I entered all three one year and won them all except for the large, which I barely lost to Scott Shue.
Yeah.
He deserved the win, and it was a better show, but it was that close.
Yeah, it was very close.
0.04 of the difference.
Wasn't that in Wisconsin?
Yes, in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I won the one large last year, so I've rounded out all of them. I don't think I'll ever win them in 1 year because, like I said, the competition is getting so stout because the shows have gotten so much better, and people have so much better stuff to work with. It's just getting tough. It's going to be that's a tough sell to do all three in 1 year and win all three.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're competing in them this year?
I hadn't really planned on it yet. No, I mean, I got Sky Wars right around the corner after that. So
yeah, well,
I mean, it didn't stop you. Last year you had Sky Wars right around the corner.
And it hadn't won the large competition yet. I had to get the
What
large.
was it, like the Saturday before? The Saturday before we left or something, and Ellery was at the shop, and I called you, and you're like, I'm not sure if I was going to do one. I might just mess around and do one. I might script it tomorrow. And like I text you, I think it was Monday, and I was like, did you do that show? He's like, yeah, I got it done. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is nuts.
It was a good show, too.
It was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah.
Totally messed up, but if it had gone right, it would have been spectacular. But it was still good.
Yeah. I will say, congratulations on that, obviously. I will say, like, the single shots out of one position, creating, like, the stars and everything, like,
very unique.
I will say I've never seen it done in person, so it was very appreciated from a design aspect to be able to watch that.
Well, I was just glad it came out. It was.
Yeah.
I saw it on a foreign video. I don't know where.
That's exactly. From. Yep. I was gonna say I don't remember where I've seen it done, but I remember seeing. I think maybe it was Malta that they did it.
I think
probably
they've done some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like those were 3 or 4 inch comets because it was huge.
Okay, so that's been my debate, right? So I did the tornado, Pyronado, whatever everybody wants to call it. And I've watched Malta and them do it, and I'm like, they have to be using like 3-inch comets. So like trying to figure out how to make it smaller but make it the same, effective impact.
Right.
Was the struggle, I think, and that's really what I ran into.
I just looked out and took what I saw, took a screenshot of it, started manually putting it in the Firework sim to make it fire and make it look right, and took it out and tested it, and I'm like, holy shit, it works. It actually works.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to use this someday, and then I've had that in my back pocket for a while. I was planning on using it at Sky Wars, but I used it at that instead, so... Not that I couldn't go into Sky Wars. There was no really good place for a star to go into the Sky Wars show.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's chat about that a little bit. So, obviously, you finally got into Sky Wars. You were a competitor for 24, and then obviously, conditions were not ideal. I guess that's what they're sticking with, right? So. Now you have all this product ready to go. I mean, you're just sitting and waiting for another year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I might swap a few things, but the show isn't really going to change much. It might change a tiny little bit, but depending on site changes or not, I don't know.
That was my next question.
I don't know any information on that right at the moment, really. I don't, but there could be some changes in the show based on that. So
yeah.
But it wouldn't be much. I mean, I'll have to look at it and see how really wide I want to stretch it. That'd be the only change.
Yeah.
I don't think
makes sense.
Go 800 feet if they go 800 feet wide. It's not going to look right. You need twice as many positions.
Well, and that's exactly, I was talking to a couple of the other people, and I was like, if you do that, like all of your parabolics, any runs, like any of that, like it messes it all up. Yep. Everything is not right. So, exactly. When you have positions set per se, I don't know what you set, but 25 feet apart, you double that distance. Now, you're supposed to have something crossing, and now it's far over here. It's not going to cross. So,
right, exactly.
Yeah, it's really a catch-22. Like, they have the field. Obviously, it's enticing, but is it worth all that effort you've already put into something to redo it? I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued to see what happens.
My only thing would be, like I said, stretching it a little bit, making sure it doesn't mess with it too bad, and set a new width. That's it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit.
It was a
yeah.
to get to do it, and now we have to wait a whole another year. I've been waiting so long, like a long time to try to get in and make it. And
I was gonna say, like, what were the emotions going through your head? Like, you got the call, or maybe you were on site. I don't remember exactly, but they're like, "Oh,
yeah, they took me up. We got there. I pulled up because we were gonna, we try to attempt to be in setting up, of course.
Yeah.
Pulled up with the truck and trailer, and someone ran over and said, "Come with me." And they took me over to those tents that are over there, gathering tents. And Rob seen us standing there. Brian's over there on the phone. I'm like, "This looks like a disaster. What's going on here?" And Rob walks up and he's like, "Well, we're canceling. Okay. Okay. All right." And that explains why Brian's over there on the phone.
Yeah.
All right. And it was a shock, but it was like, okay, it is what it is. What can I do? We're here.
I mean, what can you do? Fishing. Yeah, I mean, on their side, I get making that call early.
Oh, yeah, it was the right call, 100%.
It was 100% the right call. Yeah, I mean, for the shooters, yeah, it sucked, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I've mentioned this time and time again. Like, as much as, yes, we can sit here and be frustrated about it, like, being able to hang out with pyros and chat and just hang out and have fun. Mm-hmm. I think that actually was a little bit more enjoyable to me than doing anything else there.
Yep, we got to do things we never would have been able to do if we were doing our shows all week.
Yep.
It was pretty cool. It was definitely a memorable experience no one will ever forget.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, it will.
No, you can't blame him. Nobody can be mad about it. It was the right call because that field was trashed, and we haven't tried to get on it yet.
Yeah.
Awful.
It was bad. It was wet.
Yeah, it was bad.
Let's just not have that next year. Let's not do that again.
Yeah.
We'll have to we'll have to just pave the whole entire thing. Concrete all of it.
Pave the whole.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe with some of the dirt work they're doing, maybe that'll help kind of, I don't know, maybe they'll fix some drainage issues or something. Maybe, I don't know, who knows.
Hope
for the best, right?
Next year, that's all we can do is look forward to next year. We got a whole year. We can be way more prepared now because, I was gone for 8 or 9 days to that LA shoot right before Sky Wars, which was really cool, but it put a pinch on me. I could have gotten a lot more prep work done here on the show, but I knew we had a big crew and we'd get it done. But now I can be even way more prepared because I actually going to have time to be more prepared next year. Yeah. So it doesn't make me nervous or scared or nothing, but we would have done a lot more work on site, that's for sure. Yeah. It was boxed. There was nothing pulled per position, no labeling, nothing. It was just, here it is, let's go. Next year it can come in labeled, box per position, ready to go, slats and e-matches and everything in the boxes and all that. So
I think 2025 should be the year called No Excuses.
No excuses.
Excuses.
You've had an extra year to prep.
No kidding. I mean, it sucks. It sucks for a lot of the guys that drove a lot further than me.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, and I only live 2.5 hours from there, so and it wasn't that big of a deal for me and my people. But of course, we had rented our place and had already paid for that. So, but I feel bad for people that drove a long, long way or was halfway here and got the news and just turned right around and went home. So that sucked.
Yeah. I mean, you had Pyroland guys from the Northwest, Kevin Andrews from Wyoming. I mean, they had people from driving way out there.
Yeah, that sucks. I felt bad for them. That's a long ass way to come.
It is a very long way to go.
To have to wait again for another year.
Yeah.
Joel's so excited for that show. For real, he's ready to do that show right. He's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna do it right. I'm really excited to see it.
It's one of the other things I was extremely excited about was seeing his show in particular.
Yeah. I will say, like, watching his show at PGI was a big highlight just to the whole event, and knowing that he was like, you know what, let's do this one first because the other one's going to be better. Like, that really just, I'm like, man, if that is what you decided to swap, Sky Wars is huge.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I am so excited to see it. So
plus his products are phenomenal, and side note, I've got all those in my warehouse. Anyone needing some Pyroland Pro line, I've got it.
I know you know a guy, right?
I have every item they have. I have it.
That's awesome.
I need to unload some.
All right.
Some people that are more interested in Pyroland in the Midwest. I really like his slices. His Cocoa Crossettes are unbeatable.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, they always have very unique effects, and the color quality is always top of the line.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And again, going back to like, the Firework reviews that we're doing, like, he is very adamant about matching his Firework to the graphic on the cake. And, I think that is just so cool to me. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I agree.
So.
Heck yeah.
So outside of obviously PGI Skywars, you do a lot of other shows. I seen you down the field at Lone Star this year helping out on a show. I think you did Sooner Skyfire that like right after that. Yeah. Kind of go through like some like your involvement in like Lone Star and Sooner and what you were doing at those shows this year.
Yeah. So the Sooner things, the Oklahoma Pyrotechnics Club, which I'm involved with. So
yeah.
Pretty much hanging out with those guys since the beginning of their club formation.
Yeah.
So Danny Bonanno, he's pretty cool. I
don't
know if you've had him on or not. You should have him on.
Yep.
We did. We had him on. Yeah, we had him on right before Sooner.
That's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, but he does. They're doing a good job. It's the club's growing. That event is pretty popular already. 2 years in, and that's kind of I think that's kind of how I got involved with Chris Stacy to begin with, to go to Lone Star. I did Lone Star 2 years ago, and did their Pro-Am, not last year. Year before.
Yeah, the year before.
We did that one. That one was really fun. It was one of my favorite shows to shoot, just because I chose a Disney theme, and it was really cool, and it was fun to script. It was fun to watch. It was fun to do.
Yeah.
And it was all to benefit the kids and the foster home. It's really awesome event, and they do a great job putting that together.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Last year I went down to help, Danny, or this year, to Lone Star to help with Danny's show. And then, of course, he last minute asked me to do Sooner. I think I was at about 2 weeks before the show. He said, hey, I got a couple people that want to give fireworks to the event. Do you still want in? Because I kept asking him, I'm like, come on, let me do it. I want to I just want to do your competition.
Yeah.
I like competitions. They're fun.
Yeah.
He didn't let me do it the first year because the club did a competition show. He wanted to make sure I was available to help with that. And then this year he was just like, no, we might need your help doing something else. And then now we got free fireworks. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And we did it. And that one was really good. That was really the first test of the new software revisions that Fireworks Sim and Mongoose have been putting together for a clean export. I know I talked about this on the other podcast quite thoroughly.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, good.
But it's really nice, and it was Skywars would have been the first actual test had this one not happened. So had it happened, it was just flawless. The timing's so smooth and crisp and clean. It was so nice that I had a side-by-side comparison video made of that show to see the sim in the real life, and because it's just so spot on.
Wow.
I was like, that was really cool. So it was a fun one too. But I did a Christmas theme, Christmas music, epic Christmas music, and Sterling and all other kinds of other stuff. But really fun show. I would just go check that one out on my YouTube channel, or Neil's I think has the other one.
Yeah, Neil has the other one.
Yeah, Neil has it up.
Hubert's has one.
That was up.
Do what?
Hubert's has one as well.
Yeah.
They both have a good video up.
He put that video out already?
Zach?
I get what you're saying. Yes, it is out already. I think that might be. Well, no, he did the closer at Lone Star, and that was just freaking phenomenal show.
Oh yeah,
absolutely phenomenal. Cow. Yeah,
like my God, that kid's got talent. He's gonna go far.
Yeah.
That show was super entertaining, and I love the Cars movie. I got kids. It was growing up in that era, so that movie's super cute. Freaking, you just can't go wrong. He did, like kind of what I did, really cater to the kids with a kids themed movie for a whole show with all clips throughout it and scene. It was just so cool, man.
Yeah,
perfect. He did a perfect job.
So, he did a really good job on it.
So I can't wait to see what else he comes up with in the future.
We've got to get him to start competing at PGI.
I'm telling you, he's going to end up making it to Sky Wars, and he's going to get right in and win.
Oh, for sure. I believe it.
I
really do believe it.
If he doesn't have plans to, he ought to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's on his radar. See, we have the K-Cap's got a big show coming up a bit in 26, but I think he's going to plan for something probably after 26.
Wait, what are you doing in 26?
I don't know. It's a show in 26, I guess. I don't know. If we don't have another rain out or something,
It's going to be you guys, and then IPC?
And then, the winner.
And who's going to be the third? What's your
Who
prediction?
is going to be the third?
John McRae?
I don't know. I'd like to see John do it.
Or the other guy. I can't remember the other two's names.
Yeah.
Frank Cole? No.
Mercy, I'm drawing a blank now.
Man.
I know one
Putting
of them.
us on the spotlight. Should know this
Trezino,
stuff.
that's it.
Frank Trezino, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one? Was it
Yes.
James?
James Baxter.
There it
James
is.
Baxter, there we go. Yeah.
Man.
That'd be cool. One of those three are going to go against KCAP and IPC. That's two heavy hitters.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
That's
Good luck.
Underdog City for all three of you guys. Sorry.
Discord is popping tonight, Donnie.
Yeah, I know they're busy. Yeah, they're chatting tonight.
It's awesome. Oh. All right.
Yeah, it'll
All
definitely.
right, so let's get to the big one.
Yeah,
The big one. Uh-oh.
the
The
big one.
juicy one. So, Winter Blast
Winter Blast.
2025.
Yep, the big one. I guess we could call it that. We could name the show the big one.
The big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, official Q count.
it's up there.
It's up there. All right.
We should get on to how I got the show to begin with.
Yeah. Let's start. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, for
The
sure.
Winter Blast is something that Aaron's gone to for years. He dragged me out there every year, and I don't say that like in a bad way. I'm glad that he dragged me out there. every
Yeah.
year. I've pretty much not missed a Winter Blast in like 10 or 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, which is cool because, well, I hate the Midwest and cold in February.
Right.
Yeah, I come back with a suntan every year, so yeah, love it. Love getting out of here in that weather, but also to go do Pyro where it's not cold.
For sure.
It's great. We love the event, but over the last few years, me vending at PGI and Winter Blast is nowhere near like PGI for vending. It's very, very little. It's we're selling probably more fountains and Roman candles than we are, cases of anything. So,
Yeah.
But it's cool. We like to be out there and have the presence and have that availability for all the people that come buy that stuff. So
For sure.
nothing wrong with that. So, but of course, coming with that, I said, well, maybe I could do a show. I asked, can I do a show at PGI? And they gave me a regular, like a very small budget to come do whatever I wanted to do in the middle of the week. And I shot a really cool show there. I did like a crazy party scene, like dance music, old stuff. Really cool show. And they liked that quite a bit. And then they asked me to do the national anthem that same year. So I did the national anthem and that show in one year. And then they liked my work, and I come back with it last year, and they said do the national anthem again. And I got to talking with 76, and we wanted to do the flag because that's the year that everyone did the flag.
Oh, yeah.
The event in the United States that year. It was done at PGI, Sky Wars, Cobra Con, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it? I don't think it was done at Cobra. Was it? I don't know. Regardless, I don't
Either
think
way,
it was.
all the big ones. It was done 5
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
other places, plus I did it right after that year in February.
Yeah.
But we got 76 to go in on it with me, and they donated the Italian stuff, which is the most accurate stuff on the market.
Yeah.
And we fired it a different way, and it really came out really nice. And all the people there were just thrown back wowed. Most of those did have a different crowd at Winter Blast than it is PGI. They don't
Yeah.
quite see all the PGI stuff and the Skywars stuff that we all see all the time. Really impressed them, and someone said you should let that guy do the public display and let's see what he can do with it. And I didn't ask for the show. I didn't at all think I would ever do a grand public display at Winter Blast, and they just called up and said, hey, do you want to do the Winter Blast public display? And I said, yeah, sure, that'd be cool. What an honor. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so we were talking, I was chatting with Don at one point on the phone, Don Carcamongoose, and we were like, I think it was after Sky Wars last year when a couple people maxed out remotes, had to use separate universes.
Yeah.
And we're like, Don said, it'd be crazy if we could max out the Mongoose.
Yeah.
And I said, that would be. How much is that? Because I didn't even know at the time. And he's like, well, it's 255 times 48, that's 12,240. And I said, that would be cool to max that out. But that is a lot. Wow. maybe some day, some kind of way will present itself and we can make that happen. Well, the Winter Blast thing fell on my lap, and I'm like, Don, this would be a good time to do that. What do you think? Do you think we should actually try that? Should we fill the Mongoose up all the way and see what happens? He said, if you can do it, do it. I said, all right, let's, because I'll need help because I can't source 255 field units anywhere.
Yeah.
But he has other folks that have plenty, so we can get loaners from them. But that's just kind of how it came about, and it's like not a jab at anybody or anything. It's just, hey, let's fill this thing up just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's done it.
Yeah.
And so that's the route we went. So to get there, which is why I'm appreciative of you guys having the podcast. Maybe someone out there will hear this and be like, hey, this sounds like a cool endeavor. Maybe I can help. So
Yeah.
I'm taking donations for little products, things like, well, I got to come up with the greatest things that we can use. But for one thing, okay, let me back up. We're going to do a main regular show that's probably 2,000 or 3,000 cues, right? 1-3, 1-4 mix.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add a bunch of 500 to 1,000 mass launches of things throughout the show to make up the rest of those cues.
Yeah.
So really not doing anything stupid intricate, but it's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So, if we can get 500 canister shells or 500 gerbs or fountains or, things that we can do 500 to 1,000 cues of for dirt cheap. 22 millimeters. The Raccoon 22s are dirt cheap. So are the Dominators. We can do 1,000 cues of that for $500 to $1,000. That's cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can get to the number fairly cheaply, especially with help from people that want to say, hey, so I've got them I'm getting a full page ad in the Winter Blast pamphlet. It's like the PGI bulletin, something you get on site. It's there. You get it with your registration, etc. We're going to have a full page ad, and anyone that wants to help get to the 12,000 cues will get advertised in there.
Okay.
Or if someone wants to help with e-match cost, or someone wants to help with anything, we'll put them in as a helper that got us to 12,000 cues.
That's awesome.
And they'll be on all the publications that they do on, whether it's Facebook or on their website or wherever. Any helpers would get that. So I would appreciate anyone that's out there listening that want to get a hold of me. We can make this happen.
Yeah.
We'll definitely hook up offline, and the podcast will help you out.
Yeah, cool. Most definitely.
Yeah, we'll help you out. Yeah,
yeah.
We'll be a part of that.
It's going to be super cool. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's no ill meaning whatsoever to it about the systems. I know there's a lot of people that think that I hate that yellow box system and I only love this one. It had nothing to do with that at all, really. It was just they've done it. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Really. We should do it.
No, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't have any. I don't think anybody that I've talked to has any ill will towards that. I mean, I think it's
right.
It's all good and supportive, and we want to see people push the limits, and why not? I mean, who doesn't want to see 12,000 Q show?
I think that I've got them on their toes going, it was a good idea, but now are we sure? What happened?
Yeah.
But, I'm confident in it. They should be confident in it as well. We know it works well. So, but I guarantee you, they're probably nervous. It's
I could imagine.
When you're going, hey, we're going to do this. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
But they're excited too. They're super thrilled that we're going to do this. So it's cool. It's definitely neat. I hope you know how it is when you're setting up shows. You got a cable with a bad spot, or you got a cue with a bad dot. I don't want to have that. We want to max it completely out. So even weeding out a bad cable or slat throughout the show could be a determining factor whether it actually gets filled or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope we can make it happen. We're going to have plenty of extra equipment on hand just to make sure things like that don't happen.
So have you thought? Because I know Tim Jameson has done this. So was it one of in the first years of Sky Wars, or what it used to be? They didn't limit the amount of e-matches you could use, so he actually used e-matches and he was using the e-matches, and I don't remember exactly how he used them, but. I don't know, just throwing that out there.
You could do a run of e-matches across the front.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
It's a little snap. It was almost like a half a snap pop.
Yeah, create a wall and create an e-match Picasso or something. I don't know.
Do a whole art piece. That's kind of
yeah.
Not a terrible idea at all. That's another thing. We could do lances or something. E-match every lance.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pain in the butt. This whole thing's going to be logistically.
I was going to say, logistically, I think you already signed up for a pretty big nightmare. That's 12,000.
It's definitely not going to be easy, but we will get it done because we do things all the time, and we got help and people that want to make it happen. So it'll be done, but it's not going to be an easy task. I can tell you
for
that.
sure. Yeah. No, I'm excited to see it go off.
Just to think, 1,000 canister shells, 1,000 tubes got to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to use racks. We're going to use the tubes they came with.
Yep.
And we've got them. But that's 15, 30 or 40 cases worth of just tubes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And I got one company that donated me 200 3-inch salute chains. That's a lot of salute chains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Maximize that, split them suckers in into chains of 2 shells or something.
I'm gonna match them all individually. We might ground bomb them too. We might ground bomb some of them.
Why not?
Some of them might go in the air. Some of them might go on the ground. I don't know. We got 2,000 to work with. That's a big chunk of it right there.
Yeah.
And for everybody listening, Mr. Winter Blast, it's in Lake Havasu, Arizona. It happens every year. I think it's President's Day weekend every year. So in 2025, it's February 12th through the 16th.
Yep.
So if you're interested, they've got a website, westernpyro.org, it looks like. And so if you want some more information on how to get out there, obviously you can go check that out. And I'm sure Shaun wouldn't turn down help if you happen to be there probably either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a stout list that I can take. They give some access for your crew. I got quite a few crew, so and I haven't filled the list yet. So if you're really serious about going and you've never been, definitely hit me up and we can see about getting you on the crew to go out there. It's a fun one. I really do enjoy going to it. It's in the desert. It's dry. It's usually warm. Sometimes we've had an off year where it's cold, but it ain't back home cold.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're gonna see some sun while you're there, so
Yeah.
that can sometimes stay away for months at a time in the winter time around here.
Yes, it can. Yeah.
I just regret when the whole time I lived in Arizona, I never knew about this event. So
Really?
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty upset over that. I didn't figure I'd find this out until I tried to bring back here.
Were you around Phoenix or something?
Yeah. I was from 2010 to 2017. I was in Arizona and around the Phoenix area, and
Wow.
and I never even knew this thing existed. And I was like, man, I wish I would have known about that when I was out there.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think I delivered fireworks to someone in Phoenix, probably 10 or 11, somewhere in there. And I know my first Winter Blast was 2010, I believe, because my first PGI was that first year in 2009.
Yeah.
Mason City, Iowa. That was a good shoot site.
Yeah.
Wish I could get that.
Yes, it was.
It's close.
Yeah.
Where did they pick for this year? You said it's in Iowa again, right?
It is.
Boone, Iowa. Is that what it was?
Boone, Iowa, I believe.
Yeah, just a little bit north of Des Moines.
Yeah.
So it's like 45 minutes north of Des Moines, I think.
Well, that ain't too bad at all for us either.
Yeah.
Real close for you.
Yeah, Boone, Iowa at the Central Iowa Expo.
But yeah, I suggest even if you don't want to go with Winter Blast, go to Winter Blast. Check it out at least. It's similar to PGI. It's a lot of builders. People build a lot of shells and a lot of builders. It's mainly a hobbyist builder club. They do it another time of year, and they do Western Winter Blast, and I think they do one other one. I can't remember the name of it, but they do like 3 events around the year. But Winter Blast is the biggest, has the biggest turnout, has the biggest crowds, and it's just always a fun time. All the big names that go to PGI, a lot of them go there. Jim Widman or Kevin Mathers or Wade Peterson. All the big builder names that you've probably heard at PGI before. They go out there because it's a great getaway. Did we lost a connection?
There we go.
You froze up just for a second, I think.
Yeah,
I think we got her back.
Yeah.
Dang Starlink, sorry.
No, I get it.
But yeah.
So I know you obviously, I mean, you talk about Mongoose a lot, and you use Mongoose and stuff like that. I want to give you an opportunity if you want to talk about Mongoose and maybe some of the capabilities, a little bit about the system for maybe people who don't know anything maybe about Mongoose. If you want to maybe give a little bit of a plug towards Mongoose.
Yeah.
It's a PC-based system. We fire from a laptop. The field units are similar to other wireless systems where you've got a box. There are no onboard cues. We slat out everything. It's 2 DB25 cables split. You get 1 through 24 and 25 through 48. All units are 48 Q units. You get a top side and a bottom side. And we use two cables. The standard that comes with it's 6 foot. I personally bought 4 foot or 5 footers from China and bought a whole bunch that way. And I used the quick plug slats, but he has a standard slat as well. That's the old school standard plug, which are a little bit more expensive, but they're not bad slats either. But they work. We all love the quick plug, so I can't recommend the standard plug. Go quick plug. But it's pretty simple and easy to use. They call it Simplifier Pyro for a reason. It's actually really simple to use. The user interface is all right there on the computer. It does a real good job of showing everything you want to know about what's going on with the show, the units, the script, everything like that. There's a lot of things you can do, like mini scripts, that you can write a mini script and make a button for it. It's pretty nice feature that I really tout a lot. And one of my favorite new features is their simulator. They have a simulator that you can connect to, and it's just like talking to, let's say if you had the 9-unit show, it's just like talking to 9 units on your floor turned on, but it's over the internet and their servers responding back as the units would.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So you can dry run a script and watch everything fire and make sure the script's right without actually having to set down mod units and turning it on and listen. They chirp, which is nice. So if you do want to do that in person, they do sound chirps when they fire. So I dry fired the whole entire Skywars show just to be able to hear the chirps, because it's got a lot of really cool chirps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few areas, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
We had 99 field units on in the Airbnb and ran the whole show.
Wow.
And it was pretty exciting. But you can do that without having to get out 99 units and turn them on, though, now with their simulator. So I really love that feature. I've been just running shows on the simulator. Everything runs good. Cool. I go shoot it and it works. I've not felt the need to sit down and actually dry fire a full show with the units since they got the simulator up and going. It's
cool.
a pretty cool feature I love. And they just do a real good job of keeping things simple, easy to use, and help you if you need it. Of course, issues can happen. It happens with any system, but
Yeah.
I've had very, very few issues over the years. If I've got something weird, we did have one at Sooner. Was our own user error fault, just like 90% of any system is a lot of user error. But
it is, yeah.
The Mongoose uses a base radio, a little tiny thing that plugs into your USB, and then so it uses a channel, two different channel IDs, it's two separate numbers. So when you get one from the factory, from the factory, it's going to be numbered 4242. Well, it's two different channel numbers. You've got to change those when you get it and pick something, whatever you like, whatever numbers particularly your fancy. But nobody can be on the same base number. And so someone was on 4242 and someone was on 42 something else, and then I was on my own, like I always am, like 3773, something way out there. But they were all of them, mine included, catching and giving us skull and crossbones on the screen. And we're what the heck's going on? I said, I'm nowhere near it. And I said, Don, I called him real quick. I said, hey, we're having this. And I said, I don't know why. I said, but they are both on 42. Is that it? He's like, yeah, that's absolutely it. Nobody can be. You can't have two on the same base bottom number. And so he changed it, went out. We picked the guy that had the least amount of units on the ground, because to link them to your computer, to encode them, encrypt them with those numbers, it's a simple USB thing. You set the settings on your display software, stick your USB in, it puts the config file on the USB, you take it to the unit, stick it in, it reconfigures it, now it's linked to your computer. Well, he only had 6 units, so we had the helm go out there and redo his numbers. As soon as that was done, all 3 systems were boom, right on, no more weird interference, and just like they're supposed to be. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, because I'm like, I'm not even anywhere near it. I'm not even near those numbers, and it's messing with mine as well. But it's just, he knew it would happen. He said it would happen. He said, don't do that. We did it.
Yeah.
We made the mistake. We didn't all make sure that, I didn't make sure that they weren't both on 42. I knew that one was, and then I learned that the other one was, and I said, oh, okay, that's probably the problem. When we called on. And we called them and fixed it in a matter of minutes. Everyone's show fired flawlessly. But, it was a quick scare. But yeah, no, it's just a great system overall. The signal strength's great. I actually was at that hotel shoot. I'm 4 floors down with all the concrete between me and the stuff on the roof, and I can shoot the show from in there. I got continuity, turned them all on, and tested them from the room with 3 floors of concrete above me, and it goes right through it.
Wow.
Holy crap.
It's pretty nice. That 900 megahertz, it's very, very reliable. Very little issue. Now, metal messes with it. You can't just put it in front of a couple of carports and shoot through them, because metal bounces those things around. Any system could do bad around metal. But I've never run into a place where I've had any metal issues like that. So I've been super, super happy with it. It's done really well. Suggest anyone to check it out if you're at all curious about a firing system.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then for your, like your scripting and stuff, you're using Finale 3D for all your scripting and interfacing with.
No.
You don't?
Okay.
All right. Well, what is Shaun using the script shows?
I use Firework Sim.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I funny story. I got both of them when I changed from CSC, because that was what I used to use. Even in my Mongoose early days, was still using that.
Yeah.
And when I decided I'm going to go visual, I want to check all the visual stuff out. I had one, there was a Facebook group that we used to do raffles. Probably y'all heard about it, and it disappeared more than once.
Yep.
I won a Finale 3D year hobbyist subscription. I said, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to download it. I'm also going to get this other one that I found called Firework Sim. I'm going to download it. And I just got on my computer and started tapping away. I didn't have no help, didn't ask anybody nothing. I didn't want. I just wanted to see which one I liked. And I just absolutely hated Finale. just did not like it at all. And Firework Sim, I was like a fish to water. I was like, this, I love it. This is super easy. I can just do what I want right here. And it just comes together easy. I love it. Yeah. I've been using it for several years now, probably 3 to 4, if not more. And there's been so many things that I've learned along the way that if I had maybe probably clicked a tutorial video or something that I probably already know, but I didn't. I just jumped in and started using it and started realizing over time I can do this, and this with it. Wow, this is really powerful software. I'm kind of surprised. And I understand that all that's there with Finale. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Finale at all. I just didn't prefer it up front.
See, this is proof you can use the wrong system and still have good shows.
Exactly.
So I'm just kidding.
But it does work well.
I'm just messing.
I love it. I think it's great. So it's not for everybody. I have to build all my Sims myself. But like I said, I'll send you guys that link. You'll have to watch the video of the side-by-side. Yeah. That's kind of a nice comparison of my Sims compared to real-life Fireworks, too. And I got to say, they're not all perfect, of course, because I got several cakes in there that I just don't care that much about to make them that perfect. I more care about time on cakes.
Yeah.
What they look like. But like all my comments and mines and things like that, their burn times, their heights, all that stuff, I was surprised myself how close it was to the sim, to what it was in real life. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty doggone close. So it's pretty neat to see. So that's really cool, and you guys will both enjoy it. I'll make sure.
No, I'm really excited to see that. Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, I love Firework Sim. It's pretty awesome, and they've done a whole lot. They're supposed to be trying to make some more Sims and get some people together to make U.S. Sims. Because honestly, Firework Sim is extremely heavily used overseas. The guys that made it are from Austria, and his name's Lucas Trotzmuller. He's from Austrian, and he's extremely respectful and nice and helpful, and has implemented many things that I've asked for. And he's very great to work with, and does all kinds of add-ons. But like I said, the base of their customers are way over there. They've got a few people here using it, and they would like to see that increase.
Yeah,
I would like to see that increase because I particularly like the system. Nothing against Drew or Finale 3D, but I like this one. We all have a preference, so it shouldn't be a monopoly.
Right, I mean, it's the old Coke versus Pepsi. Like, which one do you prefer to drink? You know, I mean, there's not one that's right or wrong.
Yeah,
it's all preference.
To be different, right? I have to be the guy that's
nothing wrong with it.
So
I'm looking at it now.
And I mean, that's part of the whole whole Pyro community, right? Is opportunities for people to be different. Like, you don't always have to be like the other person. You know, there's options out there for people to choose from. Firing systems, design softwares. I mean, you have people like Ellery that are still scripting in Excel, right? I mean, like, it's
it's just a way to express yourself in different avenues to do it. Girl Ellery still using the CSC and blowing us all away on the field.
Right.
He might be starting to switch over to the dark side a little bit and testing Sims.
Well, I mean,
he still uses. Yeah,
but that's super cool. He's
or he'll shoot me a text and be like, "Hey, test this really quick and send me what it looks like." So
nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Super cool.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the FWSim website now. Yeah, I guess I had never really paid attention to any of this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, the improvements they've made since I first started using it compared to what it is right now, it is tenfold more powerful than it was when I started.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because even when I started, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. This is nice. I like it. It's super easy to use. It really hasn't gotten any harder to use.
Yeah.
There's a lot more functionality there to use at your fingertips, and a lot of addition. They're getting into racking, which I know Finale, is way ahead on that because of racking for adjustable racks, Craycos and the like. But the Firework Sim didn't have that yet, but they are going to work on that. They're just now getting to where you can put like racks, like you're making inventory of 4 or 5 6-inch racks. How many 2-inch?
Yeah.
And I said, you just really need to step it up and say, we need to be able to say, I've got a rack that's 5x5 or 5x7 or 6x5 or whatever you guys have on your Craycos, and tell it how many it has and what angles it maxes out at. And we need to be able to have all that functionality in Firework Sim because I really want rack exports bad.
Yeah. I will say, it really does help.
Yeah. I did it by hand for Skywars, all 49 Crayco racks. I made my own template in Word made the slots, put the products in there, put the angles in there by hand for every single rack. And if I change the shoot site, they're trash.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It just shows the level of dedication we all have to Pyro, and so.
Exactly. Which I would have loved the finale rack layout on that. That would have been sweet.
I'm sure.
That would have saved us time. But hey, Firework Sim's constantly improving. I know they'll get there.
Yeah, most definitely. Yep.
And I don't need it that much. I mean, it's nice to have for a giant show like Skywars, but do I need it year round? No.
Right.
We've been managing on the way we've been doing it just fine right now. So there's no reason. It's just a luxury. It's a nice luxury.
Yeah. Nope. That's exactly right. Yeah.
We had the one question on the list that we kind of skipped, where we were going to ask about spacers, but I didn't know if we wanted to ask about spacers, or if that was too controversial.
No, who cares?
Ask me about spacers?
Yeah.
Got a milk crate rack right here.
Got a little baby one.
I don't see any spacers in there, Shaun.
Shaun, you're missing spacers.
That's
space.
awesome.
It's not full.
It's got space.
It's not full.
Use spray foam.
Spray foam.
Use spray foam in there.
Oh, I could give
gives
it
it
foam. We could do that. I need a Cody B sticker to stick on here. A mini Cody B sticker to fit on that.
I have a milk crate rack Firework you could buy. Have you seen that? Right?
I've seen it. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Milk crate rack.
Yeah.
But it's actually got spacers in it, doesn't it?
Well, the cake itself does, but the pictures don't.
See? It lies.
Legally, I had to.
Rap lies.
Rap lies. Oh man.
It's funny.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. Where'd you get that little milk crate? That is awesome.
So Katie Gromovitz, the fire dancer.
Oh yeah.
We're good friends. She came to Winter Blast after I met her. That's where I met her for the first time, but we chatted because she was a Pyro U admin, but I was getting in trouble for being a dick. I mean, I don't know where that comes from, but I think she messaged me and she's like, stop being such a dick, and then we started chatting. She's like, this guy's not that bad. And come hang out at Winter Blast. We got another event like PGI that's cool too, and so she came out there and we've been good friends ever since. She actually did the rooftop Thanksgiving show with me. She always comes on that one. So.
Oh, okay.
She brought this to Skywars. It was going to be my winter's gift, I guess.
Yeah.
But since Skywars didn't have it, she gave it to me anyway at Skywars. And I said, I got to find some mortars for that. So I found a straw and cut it up.
That's
just
awesome.
A few more. It's not full. I need the whole 20 in there.
Well, if she's listening, I want one.
Oh.
I know. I mean, you could probably print these and sell the hell out of them.
I was going to say, you could probably sell the heck out of those, yeah.
Cody B sticker on it and all.
Yeah, why not?
I'm sure we'll see them somewhere. Probably. I wouldn't imagine we'll pop them online.
They're gonna start coming out now.
Yeah, just put the idea out in everybody's head.
We're gonna put Shaun's logo on there.
To milk crate or not to milk crate? This is the question.
You know what would happen if I stuck a firecracker in here, guys?
That's what you should do. You should just put 25 firecrackers in there.
I think it only needs one. Only takes one.
If you put space in there, it'll be all right, right?
It only takes one to blow a milk crate rack apart.
Just put space in there. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll space it out.
We'll space it out.
If you zoom the camera in really close, it'll look like it's a full size rack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could take some pictures. You'd never know this ain't real.
Size.
All right. Any other questions?
I don't have any questions. No, I think,
don't.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I mean, I want to give Shaun an opportunity, obviously, to plug his website.
Yeah, for
how
sure.
People can buy from you. I mean, we can talk about that.
I mean, hit me up on the website or just email. My email and all my info is on my website. Or you can go to the website and click the contact us, and you get that form where you fill out. It's www.hauterfireworks, HAE, and you can get a hold of me there. I haven't really put the time and effort necessary into the website to have it running like it should. So right now I'm just sending lists out. So I can give you a list to buy off of rather than the website. The website's not up to date, but.
Okay.
Would love to get that up and running later, but it's got a good framework there. But it's just I haven't had the time. It's just been so busy doing so many other things. And lists. Most people like the lists better anyway. I've found so.
It is very weird how many people do like lists versus ordering online. Yeah, it is very intriguing.
I mean, it's like, you want to kind of be like 76 and only take orders on the website, but that's not how most people like to operate. So
Yeah.
and then it's really hard to maintain both ways. The lists are easier.
Yeah.
So for now, I can get you a proper list if you want. Just hit me up. My info is on the website.
Yeah.
We're at Shaun Hauter Fireworks.com.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, I think we will put all that linkage into the description of the bio of this episode, so make it a little easier for you guys to contact Shaun and get some Hauter fireworks. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Are you looking at bringing in new items in the new containers, or
At least one.
Okay.
Because my 500 or my 200 grams had 5 types.
Yeah.
With the 6th one, I can get a multi-pack with 6-2.
Okay, yeah.
2-6, whatever.
2-6, yeah.
Works out. But yeah, we can do a multi-pack that's got interior retail labeling on a box of 6.
Yeah.
So 2 of those inside of a case. So anyone wanting to buy them for wholesale shows, well, if you got 2 positions, you've got matching 2 sets of matching, or 6 sets of cakes, 6 matching pairs, and then that'll be really great. So I'm going to add, looking at a crossette cake, like cross, like Winda crisscross. It's pretty much the same thing. Maybe a little different color combination or something with it, but
yeah, for sure.
pretty much the same. I just would like to add that. That'd be a great addition to it. It really would. That would round out a
Just
nice
no crackle.
line.
No crackle.
No
No,
crackle.
I have a crackle cake. Everyone loved it. That thing went fast.
No, I know. But I'm saying your crissette cake. You should call it crissettes with no crackle.
Crissettes with no crackle.
Yeah.
Crackling crossets.
Crackling
Do all crackling
crissettes.
crossets. It's going to have a crackling crossette finale. How about that?
All right, all right. Just like every other
Red,
firework.
blue, green, crackle.
Crackle.
But yeah, that'd be the only one right now. I mean, I would love to add a few more 500s down the road, but I mean,
Yeah.
the 5 or 6 we have are pretty solid.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I'd like to just continue providing
they
that
are.
one, getting them into people's hands, and make a couple after the next round. Love to probably get it up to 10 to 15 of each 500s, 10 different 500s, but it might take a few runs for me. We're slow.
Yeah.
I'm not big. I'm a small guy. So, you know.
No, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I was trying to find
being able to do it. I like having my own line, and I love that people love it. That's really cool. I'm blessed and humbled that people do like to buy my fireworks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I will say my favorite that you have is the Silver World Tail, the multicolor falling leaves.
That was definitely the crowd favorite. It consists pretty much across the pyros.
Yeah.
And me as well. I mean, it's my favorite. I used the heck out of it in just about every show I did over the last couple of years. So.
Yeah. No, it's a very solid piece.
Yeah, the 200 gram falling leaves.
Yeah, the little two.
I liked pairing it with more falling leaves. The more the merrier on the falling leaves.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I loved using it with others as well, like just straight fallen leaves cakes from 76 or Dominator or whatever. I'd love throwing those all up together with the swirls under it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Really a nice effect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They did well on it.
I agree. They did. Yeah. All right. Should we get into some pyro news?
Yeah, or since we're talking about firework ratings, I mean, we might as well just pop up. Let's rate a firework.
Let's
just rate something. That's
all right. Let's hit this intro.
Guess we should have pulled a Shaun firework for this.
Oh, you should. Which one I don't like.
This week we got
a typo.
Yeah, we got another Winda firework this week. We're gonna look at
another Winda. Yeah.
Called Spiderbot.
Yeah. Anybody out there looking to sponsor a segment of the podcast? Again, the rating of the fireworks. It's open. So. All right. Let's hit Spiderbot and see how. Spiderbot for 2025.
What are your favorites? Crackles.
Interesting.
That's an interesting one.
It's longer than I anticipated for 30 shots. But I don't feel like it was drawn out in like so elongated that it, it's like, oh, we have a 90-second show in a box. Like it wasn't like something like that. Like it was actually halfway decent.
Yeah,
I
roughly
like the
about
shells.
45 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like the shells. Pretty basic on the colors. Just what?
Red, green, red
and green. So for me, that kind of drops it down just a little bit on the score. But overall, I mean, yeah, it gave that spider robotish vibe.
The crackle and everything.
The crackle and everything. Good night.
Everything's got to have crackle to them. I do not understand it.
I don't get it. I think it's just such a cheap effect to build that, and they think, oh, American love it.
Like, I know the crackle, whatever, unless they've got a new formula, it used to be the crackle stuff, the chemicals you had to use to make crackle were like one of the most dangerous chemicals to mess with.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me why they are heavy build on that.
Yeah.
Maybe they've gotten a new method that doesn't require those.
I mean, this one looked more of like a time sizzle of sorts, so that was a little different.
Yeah, it wasn't like normal crackle. Yeah, it was a little different, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Trevelyan mid-scene was sweet. I liked it more.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was such a unique effect.
Yeah, it was falling. They changed the falling leaves. The little Trevelyan's went up and they crackled and they changed the falling leaves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think that I was kind of surprised how long the middle section was. I thought I'd go back and forth 2 or 3 times, but it was just shells. Then all that for a while, then shells again at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the color kind of brought it down a little bit for me. 6.5, 7, somewhere in there, for me on the rating of like 1 to 10. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm that same range. Yeah, I would say probably like a 6ish for me. I would like to have seen a little bit more mixed up than the all one effect and another effect, and then kind of finished it. Would like to see them maybe mixed up a little bit more, like Shaun had kind of mentioned. Yeah, maybe they should like a row at a time or something. Yeah, that would kind of maybe get a little bit different look to it, maybe something. But yeah. I mean, I think I definitely could see that being used as a consumer, and even as a hobbyist in a backyard show or scripting, you could use a cake like that would become.
Yeah, that middle section. If we could get single shots like that,
that
would be awesome. I would use that. Like, it's just a unique, weird effect, and I really liked it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll take 10 cases of them. We'll rip all those little things apart, and that'll be 1,000 cubes.
All right.
Let's
do it.
Let's do the math. But no, I agree. I think that's pretty cool especially from a consumer perspective. I think the scripter perspective more is like those shells are really cool. Yeah, I would probably pull those and use those individually. And the middle part, they're so small, and you know how much of a pain that is to rip all that stuff apart.
Yeah, for sure.
My idea would be match one and dump all of them at once.
Yeah.
And use the other parts, but I would put all that in a show. That was all really nice stuff.
Yeah, really good.
7 or 8.
Yeah, again, I think
7.5, 8.
Yeah, I think the colors really are just what's biting it for me.
Yeah, if we had more of a variety of color.
Yeah.
Yep.
Almost had that Christmas color kind of look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red and green.
Yeah.
I think the consumers would absolutely love it, and it'd be a great consumer cake.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Sure, for sure.
I don't know if they like the wraps. Sometimes they don't like weird wraps like that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like there's been a lot of more AI generated graphics, and to me that seems super AI generated.
It kind of might have been, yeah. The color combination's cool, but I just don't know that. Yeah, if that would be something people would love or hate. It's hard to tell sometimes. It's hard to tell.
It is, and there's items that we enjoy as pyros, and then we try and put that out on the consumer market, and it just does not move. And you're like, why? That's such an awesome effect, or such an awesome graphic. Like, you should want this.
Oh yeah, I know. We had a couple of cakes that were phenomenal 500s, and they were dirt cheap, but nobody liked them because of the dumb wrap on them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the cake itself's killer, guys. Take it. No, we don't. It's dumb. Okay.
And on that thing, as a consumer walking through a tent, a lot of times you don't know what the cake is going to do, right? Because you've never seen it before. All you see is just the cake, and you see the wrap on it. Yeah, and maybe through your mind, sometimes you're looking at just based on the wrap, it looks like it might be a cool cake to buy. If they've got a crappy wrap on it, they're just going to keep walking by.
Buy the fancy wrap that doesn't do anything good performance-wise.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
exactly. Yep. Are we going to put more time and effort and money into the graphics or the effect?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
I prefer a good effect, but
I agree.
You got to have stuff that sells in the tent too.
Yep. All right. Let's jump over to Pyro News.
Pyro News. Hopefully this is the last time we play that thing either, too.
I agree. That thing is atrocious.
Pyro News, sponsored by Dominator Fireworks. I'm sporting the Dominator Fireworks tonight, my PGI hoodie. Thanks to Ed out there for hooking me up with PGI. They're
really kind of warm, too. They're nice.
It is. It's really super thick. It's super thick hoodie. It's really nice and warm, so it's a little chilly here in the Midwest.
Yeah.
First Pyro News looks like here. I know you shared a couple of them this week.
I did, yeah. I don't know if it's Pyro News-ish, but...
I don't know. London's New Year's Eve fireworks tickets are going on sale?
Yeah, at least some more of them are going on sale.
Are you making a trip to London to see this, or...?
I'd love to, if I could afford it.
Yeah. Said the final round tickets for London's annual New Year's fireworks display will go on sale Monday. I guess that was this past Monday. A couple Mondays ago at this point.
Yeah.
So they're priced between 20 and 50 euros, depending on the viewing area, and Londoners will be charged $15. So, as it says, tickets are always in high demand. I urge anyone wanting to attend to buy them as soon as possible for our only authorized outlet. The celebration begins with Big Ben's chimes that are shown live around the world on BBC. So you get BBC, you can watch it, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
You get a 12-minute display as well. So should be a good time there, maybe. So if you're going to be in London or around that area, want to go, I would say go and check that out. And then the other news story we have here looks like from Lexington, Kentucky, from the Herald Leader newspaper. Lawsuit alleges firework that injured Kentucky basketball player was unreasonably dangerous. A firework that injured a Kentucky high school basketball player in July exploded before he even touched the wick to light it. There's the word wick. According to the federal lawsuit. The complaint in federal court this month alleges the flammable rocket was defective and unreasonably dangerous. The lawsuit identifies the person hurt in the incident only by the initials RC because he's a minor, but the facts and allegations match the incident last July 4th. Involving Reggie Cortell, a starter on the Harlem High School team who was runner-up in the UK Boys Sweet 16 tournament last March. He suffered injuries to one of his hands. Doctors had to amputate one of his fingers and take out parts of two other fingers.
Wow.
Lawsuit alleges that lawsuit is against Crazy Carl's Fireworks. Crazy Carl, that guy again.
Crazy,
man. And Super Fireworks in Bean Station, Tennessee. I don't know all these weird names here, but the lawsuit includes a picture of the firework the business allegedly sells called a Thunderdome flammable rocket, which the suit says is what injured RC. Lawsuit alleges the firework has unidentifiable manufactured origins. That sounds a little fishy there, right? Unidentifiable manufactured. And the Federal Consumer Protection and Safety Commission is investigating to try to find out where they were made, and how they got to the country because they're defective and unreasonably conditioned.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking up.
I want to know how it goes off before you even touch the wick.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you don't touch the wick, how's it go off? I'm looking at called Thunderdome. Look at a picture.
Try to light the quick match because that happened. Well,
that always helps when it looks like it was an overload, just by the one wrapper I can find.
Well, I mean, when they say it's
unidentifiable
manufacturer. I mean, that tells you right there that it's an overload.
Yeah, it looks like it was one of those good old silver top specials. So
yeah, they probably ripped the header off and tried to light the quick match inside of it, and that goes instantly and lights the header.
Could be.
Always helps when you light the fuse and not the wick.
Maybe that was the problem.
You know, a wick is a wick.
A wick is a wick.
Wick.
Ay.
Light the wick.
Isn't that I know the other podcast, Jason, doesn't he do the one where he talks about the terminology to not use? I'm pretty sure wick and fuse, I think, was on. I'm pretty sure wick was on there one time.
I think that was like the number one thing, or the first thing you put on at least.
Squib. No squibs.
Squib. Oh.
That's squid.
Yeah, those are used for blasting.
I actually found some squibs there. A buddy showed me a whole bunch of them. We got pictures of them and everything. They definitely don't look nothing like an E-match. I don't know why these old schoolers that call them squibs ever called them squibs. They don't look nothing like a squib. It looked like a fucking E-match, an electronic match with a match head on it. Damn.
Yep.
So, Shaun, you want to give us another plug on your website? And
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
where can people find you, I guess, coming up next? You know, like where you're going to be at that people can come see you?
Okay, well, like I said, Winter Blast to be where we're at next. We'll be there vending as well as doing the grand public display, which, like I said, is a huge honor, especially when I did nothing to try to obtain it. It was just offered and just based on work that I'd done there already over the last couple of years. Now it's like I was like really, really touched. Like that's pretty cool to get offered to do such a big deal. So really happy about that. So I would be glad that anyone that can come along and watch it and see it in person would be great. But we're happy to go. We love it. Like I said, it's super fun to get away from the Midwest. If you're from the Midwest, if you're from the West Coast, you probably already know about it and go. But you know, if you don't come. They also are like similar to PGI. We usually have people from around the world there. There are usually foreign pyros that it's really cool to rub shoulders with. I know you guys probably saw the Maltese guys.
Yep.
That was super cool. So there's always someone there that's interested in worldwide and making worldwide connections. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you can also, like I said, check me out at my website, which is www.hauterfireworks, Hauter fireworks.com, and Shaun at hauterfireworks.com will be my email.
All right.
And like I said, I would love to talk with anybody that wants to get a hold of me about, you know, doing any work with me on this display at Winter Blast to make that 12,240 cues happen.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
It's a lot.
I mean, I've worked on bigger shows. The LA Coliseum show was more than that. But
Really?
that was, I think, probably the only one that was. I said, we're going to do the biggest show I've ever done, and then I go work on a bigger show.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
4,500 drones that all had 2 pieces of product on them, so it had 9,000 pieces of product on them.
Wow, just on the drones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the stadium seating, there was over 10 or 11,000 cues on the airbursts in the stadium seating. And that's not including all the cakes and 1-3 shells and 3s and 4s and all that stuff. It was just insane.
Yeah.
That was a crew of about 100 people putting that together in a week.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Crazy.
we're going to do 12,000 with 30 people at the most. But we don't have a coliseum to climb stairs on and all that. So logistics will be a lot easier in the desert than it is on a gigantic coliseum. But that was just a fun experience. It prepares you. It goes, yep, you know you've got a job ahead of you when you're doing something.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the one that Ellery, I believe, got video from you, right? Or and put on his YouTube.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
They were doing like crazy runs up and down.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. It went all the way around the Coliseum. It did some work in the seats in a little pattern, and then went all the way around, just come right at my cell phone, and it made a turn right there. I was like kind of right in a little loop area where it wasn't going, but it went all the way around.
Yeah.
And it was super cool to see in person. Wow, that was like shocking. We didn't know the script. We didn't know nothing. They wouldn't even tell the lead shooter. Didn't even get a script.
Wow.
Chinese kept that from everybody. Nobody knew what was what. They were just told what to do every day. And we did end up plugging in, but they were standing there. You plug here, you plug this here, da-da-da-da-da. It was pretty intense, but it was a big job. And watching it go together was very helpful to see how to manage something that big. You gotta have
it is very intriguing to see like the difference in not only design work, but even setup work and the processes that Chinese do versus what we do, or even other countries, how they, process the whole setup portion of
a big
a musical. Yeah. So.
Which I'm sure it would have gone differently, but the container that all the stuff was in didn't show up till like 2 days before the show.
Oh.
Wow.
That was the worst part of it all. Yeah, they had they had bamboo poles to put all those airbursts on in the stadium seating. 100 bamboo poles, 3,500 bamboo poles. Each of them had 1 to 5 airbursts on each one. That's how there was more than 10, 11, 12,000 on poles in the stadium on 3,500 poles. But that stuff didn't get there till 2 days before the show. It was supposed to have been there a week ago. All their firing system was on it, all their cables. They have a system that's knocked off of Pyro Digital. Pretty much the exact same thing as PD, but double the cues, 32 cues.
Okay.
Per unit, but they're pretty much identical. Same knobs on both ends, same XLR plugs on both ends, all that stuff, all their cabling to run around that whole entire, miles. We're talking miles of cables. All that stuff was late. And so, they had labels and zip labels and stuff for everything that none of it got used because it was just too late to happen. It got here, it got worked, it got sent out. And it was, so I would have loved to see what the process was supposed to have been like and how smooth it may have been if the stuff had been there in time.
Yeah.
But it was quite the disaster.
Yeah.
That's no one's fault. You know, it's you know how shipping goes.
Logistics. Yeah, shipping logistics.
It was a dry container and still held up and late and almost didn't make it. That's got to be nerve-wracking for those guys putting together
oh, for sure.
$1 million show and your container's still not there 2 days before shoot.
Yeah. That would have been gut-wrenching for sure.
If you want to see that video, it is out there on Tongue Poke Pyro on YouTube.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you guys see the show.
Can give you guys a link to share that's a video from the lead shooter that took drone video and behind the scenes, the crew shots and everything. You can see that, and it's a pretty interesting video. It's a good watch. And
yeah, I'd like to see that.
Really good video of some of the shots from drone or sky or seating from all the crew. Everyone on the crew took video, but there were certain ones of us that had GoPros in certain spots and were set in certain spots to take certain videos and make sure we got it from certain angles. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Unforgettable experience. Really cool. So, yeah, I'll have to send you guys a couple of links.
Yeah, most definitely. Please do.
What do you guys got going on coming up soon? Both of you staying in on New Year's?
I will be inside doing a show.
Indoors, huh?
Yeah, I am doing an indoor pyro musical, so.
Nice. That's lovely.
That'll be kind of fun, so. Yeah, and then, like I mentioned before, doing a little something this weekend. About a 1.5-minute fireworks show outside on top of a car garage, so that's a pretty unique show.
700 Qs in a minute and a half?
No, more like 90.
I did one just like that a couple weeks back. It was like 96 Qs actually.
Yeah.
1.5 minutes, pyro musical, blew them away. It's you can do it. People don't.
100% can do it.
You don't have to have a ton of Qs to do a killer show.
Yeah.
Wow, people that don't see this kind of stuff all the time. Anyway,
yeah,
you're not gonna wow us with it, but.
Yeah.
You can do a solid.
Yeah, it might be more than 100 Qs. I can't remember. We're doing some new stuff. We're trying to pyro print some like Christmas trees and some snowflakes.
I did a tree once. I did a tree.
Yeah.
Off the roof.
Crossing our fingers that it all turns out.
If I'd have been using the right comets, it would have come out better last year.
Yeah.
I did a tree. You could tell it was a tree, but barely. And I would have loved to redo that with the right stuff. I like to prefer the raccoon comets, meteors for those. They are really accurate without going all the way to the Italian expensive stuff.
Yeah.
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 I'm sure the Dominator ones are probably pretty good too because they're 30 millimeter. You got plenty of 30 millimeter Dominator ones too, right?
Yeah. We've been using our in-house Night Owl brand.
Oh, the Night Owl too.
For all of our stuff, and that's all very, very good. I mean, it's very accurate.
Stays on trajectory pretty good.
It does stay on trajectory and hits apex and die out is all very
nice,
very consistent throughout. I mean, even from color to color, it's all pretty much about the same. Yeah. So it does help. So
and the 25, the 25 millimeter ones or the 30s.
Yeah, yeah, we have 25 and 30s. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, I think Donnie, you use those on the wheels at Sky Wars.
Yeah,
that's just about all you had up there, I think.
Yeah, we had mostly Night Owl. We had some Dominator.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a lot of Night Owl on the wheel.
Yeah,
the wheel. So, you had 3, right?
Yeah, got the wheels. Yeah,
the wheel.
The wheels.
Plural.
Definitely, that is a lot of work putting 3 wheels on lifts.
Yeah.
I can't confirm or deny if there will be more at the next Sky Wars.
I doubt there will be. Come on, Don.
I don't know. Yeah,
you can get so many lifts that the lift's wheels are touching all the way across the front.
That's the plan, right? Now, yeah, that's the plan, right? Just have them all touch each other.
Lifts.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you just need to go all out and say screw lifts. Contact Tim Jameson and get his truss work out there and call it a day. Yeah.
Who needs any ground positions? Just put everything in the sky. Just put your whole show in the sky.
Put everything on the truss work.
Yeah. Yeah, put 5,000 Qs in the air the whole time. Why not?
Upside down.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean,
it'd be cool. That truss work stuff worked really good at Pyro Jam. It looked pretty neat.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff was.
Yeah. It was like you pull up and you see it, and it was like, oh, that's cool. And then you like walk up on it, and you're like, well, that's a lot of pyro up there, Tim. Wow, it was awesome to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's doing so cool stuff. They're pushing the envelope more than anybody half the time. They've done a lot of really cool stuff over those 5-10 years.
Yeah, actually, I just had a 45-minute conversation with Tim today earlier. So, actually, about Pyro Jam and some other stuff we were chatting about.
Pyro Jam 25.
Pyro Jam 25.
Did you get any scoop on that?
Did. From what it sounds like, the news is that Pyro Jam is happening in 25. He was like, he's like, what people don't understand is that's just for the general public. The Pyro should know what's happening. So, now he did say that there's some stuff in the works that they are working on, some new stuff for 25. Didn't really divulge into that too much, but yeah, it is happening.
I'm going to have to learn Finale so I can try to enter that.
You should.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you're missing out on is Pyro Jam now at this point, right?
Almost. I think there's at least one or two. I think there's a few small ones around there that I haven't hit up yet.
Yeah.
Octoblast with the guys up there somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah.
4x8 challenge somewhere I don't own a trophy to. Well, I don't know. If you think of anything else, let me know. I'd love to try to add to the collection. But
yeah, why not?
I
mean, it's fun. If I win, I win. I don't get mad when I don't. So
don't go in a corner and start crying.
No.
Hug all your other trophies.
Hug all your other trophies.
Yeah, it's just
it's
more,
okay.
We all have fun together as pyros doing what we all do. I don't.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We may bash on each other sometimes on certain things and whatnot, but we're never really actually being rude or mean to each other. No one.
Oh, it's all in fun.
To me, no, I'm not really that way to anybody. I'm glad that everyone can come together and put all the time with their crews, my crews, everyone getting out there doing what we do, and well, we win a lot. We don't have to. When we don't, we're not bummed out. We don't have an attitude about it. So we just love to do it.
Yep, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back and do the Sky Wars in 25. That's the goal still. That's the hard one.
Yeah.
That's the crown jewel.
That is the crown jewel. Well, then you got to do the 1-3 show.
I know, that's kind of what I was planning. If I win, I got a couple years before the championship round. I might as well throw that in the other one.
Yeah.
3 and see what happens. I could do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'd win that one, or who knows who they bring in.
Yeah.
I would not be able to afford to double the budget or anything like some people can or have. It's not. I don't think I got that kind of support.
Oh, you do if you just become a KCAP member.
Well, I guess.
I mean, you're in our backyard, Shaun. I don't know why you're not a member yet.
I would love to become a member of you or Mo Pyro, either one. But it's just like every single time you have a shoot, I'm on a show somewhere. I'm not. I just don't ever have time to make it. I'm booked.
Yep.
I do so many dang shows. I know it seems like crazy, but to do 40 to 50 shows a year, I'm doing them every time you guys get together, pretty much.
I mean, well, you're always at the racetrack, aren't you?
A lot of times, yeah. I mean, I spend a lot of Saturdays there, but those are usually small shows. But there's 13 dates a year at that place.
Wow.
Alone. Yeah, a lot of times I'm there, especially all the big holiday ones, which is usually when people get together. Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, all those. There's a race at all those. One of the bigger races, of course. So I'm always there just about. And then, sometimes I get, Labor Day's on Monday, so you get a show on Sunday after the Speedway show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not, I like to do a lot of shows. Is what it
There's
is.
nothing wrong with staying busy.
Nope.
No, not
nothing
at all.
So
I can't get enough. I keep telling people I can't get enough. It's true. I love it.
Yep. All right. Well, gentlemen, I think let's wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Shaun, for coming on and hanging out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me again. I really appreciate you letting me go to talk about Winter Blast and putting the word out there. Like I said, I could really use some help. It's hard to get to 12,000 Qs without a little help.
Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely.
They give a decent budget, but as you guys know, it costs a lot to get a lot of people out there and back. So
it does.
It's any help's much appreciated. And like I said, we'll be advertised. We make a deal where you're going to be in all the paperwork and any production that gets done. Anyone's name that helps with anything to get there will get recognized.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
So as always, go ahead.
Go and check out.
As always, check out our website.
Check out our website. I'm also going to give a plug. Check out Shaun's website, HauterFireworks.com. reach out to him if you want a price list. He'll hook you up, and he's got some great product, not just his own product. Like you mentioned earlier, he's got Pyroland product, he's got Spirit 76 product, he's got his own product, he's got all kinds of products. Definitely reach out to Shaun, and he vendors a lot of the events. So again, I want to thank Shaun for coming on it and hanging out and closing out season number 2 with us. This will be by far our longest episode. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. So
almost made it to 2 hours.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So we have our website, pyrounleashedpodcast.com. Go out there and get some merch. We might refresh some merch up coming in for season 3.
Yes.
Probably we'll do some giveaways maybe on Discord during our 6-week break here a little bit. We'll get on there.
Yeah.
And, we'll have some Tuesday night get-togethers again, and we'll put some stuff on the calendar, get everybody together. Again, it's been David. It's been a wonderful season.
It has been another wonderful season. Thank you again
18.
for.
Yeah.
We got
Congrats.
6 short more weeks.
Second season.
Yeah.
Do what?
So congrats on rounding out a second season.
Yeah, thank you for helping out and rounding this one out, and look forward to having you back on and chatting some more in upcoming seasons.
Yeah, kind of a shout out too. I mean, for Cobra for sponsoring this whole season.
Really, we really appreciate that.
Big supporters of us and inviting us out to CobraCon in April and be able to do some classes and shoot some shows. And we get into season 3, we'll probably dive more into some hints as to what we're doing and the show we've got going, and we'll probably trickle some teaser stuff out there maybe for people to kind of get an idea of what's going on. But definitely looking forward to seeing everybody out there. And
soundtrack is done.
Soundtrack is done. Yeah. So
I'd like to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd kind of like to have about as much of the scripting done by the time we come back as we can.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
I think that would be ideal. And then
I have a whole class I still got to build out for CobraCon. I still
mine's done. What are you doing?
You've done it before. I mean, you just copied and pasted. You just did a copy and paste from last time.
Kind of. I did add stuff.
Yeah,
I did add stuff.
March or April?
April 10th through the 12th. Yeah.
Gosh, I'm already booked on 3 shows that week, I think.
Are you?
The 10th is for sure, and I think the 15th or 21st. 21st, for sure. I got 2 already in April for sure, but man, you guys have a great show there.
I appreciate that.
Job. Really good. So.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's from everything that we've kind of got in the works. It's going to be one that.
It's going to be a cool show, man.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be it's going to be one for the Pyros, right? The Pyros are going to appreciate it.
It is one for the Pyros.
The Pyros are going to appreciate it, yeah.
For the Pyros.
The Pyros.
By the Pyros, for the Pyros.
That's exactly what it is right there.
That might be the name. We might have to change it.
Might might be the name. on that note, we're gonna say bye to everybody for season 2.
Yeah.
And until we see you guys again, go out there and unleash your inner Pyro with us.
Yes, sir.
This has been another episode of Pyro Unleashed. Come back each week for more industry insights, technical tips, and awesome pyro designs. Have fun out there, be safe, and as always, remember to unleash your inner pyro with us.